guys, my name is Destruct, and today I wanted to talk about No Man's Sky, an upcoming indie game for the PS4 and PC. If you haven't heard about it, then be sure to check out some new gameplay videos on the game and see some interviews about how it works. It's basically a sci-fi game set in an infinite universe, pretty much, which is all procedurally generated, like how Minecraft worlds are built, but No Man's Sky will have an entire universe with literally trillions and trillions of different planets. Now that's enough for a little introduction of the game. Let's start counting down my top 5 features I want in No Man's Sky, which have not yet been confirmed or unconfirmed by the developers. Now, number 1 is whether or not star systems which have been visited by other players will be highlighted on the galactic map. So you could potentially create your own journey towards places other players have been. This could be a great feature, as it would be interesting to see how other players' actions could affect planets and systems they have visited. It would also be a nice addition, as these star systems which have been highlighted could also tell you what kind of planets are there, and the player who was the founder of these systems could leave bios of the star system, sort of talking about what the planets are and what is there, so potential travellers could know whether it's worth going there or not. I understand that Hello Games don't want multiplayer to be a big thing in the game, but perhaps the little idea would be to highlight systems that players have been to once the original founder of the system is a certain distance away, so you basically never find those players but just see what they left behind. For example, if the original player sided with one faction and destroyed another faction, you'd be able to see one faction reigning supreme in that star system and another sort of dwindling. And I just think it would add yet another layer to an already deep game. Now, number 2 is the ability to actually learn an alien language and almost sort of create a dictionary of it. We know that monoliths allow players to learn certain words so we can comprehend what aliens are saying, but it would be amazing to be able to craft sort of online resources of an entire alien language. Whether or not each planet has a different variation of language from the same alien race or not is unknown though at this point. For example, the Korvax, who are a mostly scientific alien race, is there a Korvax language which spreads throughout the entire game, or are there variations from Korvax planet to planet? If the first instance is how it works, with each alien race's language being the same throughout the entire universe, the community could really get together and learn the lore of the galaxy together, which I think would be a really awesome aspect. Now this leads us on into our next point, number 3, and we have the possibility of having very deep dialogue trees. Recently in an IGN first gameplay, we got a look at an initial dialogue tree with an intelligent alien with 4 options to choose from, with examples being asking the alien for help learning the language, offering the alien something from your inventory, and 2 other options. If after saying the first line of dialogue there are further questions and answers, a lot of depth could be added to how aliens and factions play a big part in the game. As an example, you could perhaps undertake a simple quest for an alien, like bringing them a material, or data on an animal species, and completing these tasks could boost your alliances with this faction. I don't mean to say we want deep quests with storylines, but perhaps just undertaking tasks, asking aliens if they could give you an item, asking if they notice anything interesting nearby, maybe stuff that doesn't show up in sort of scans of the planet, and they could sort of show you secrets and stuff like that. And I just think it would be really interesting and could definitely make the alien languages themselves more important. Number 4. This involves crafting. We know that you can craft elements to create alloys, compounds, technology, and stuff like that. But what I would love to see is secret, top secret crafting recipes, which they would just not tell us about. This would be amazing for the community to find some super useful recipes and share them with everyone else. Maybe technology we just wouldn't expect in the game, or novelty items which could be crafted in certain ways. It would be interesting to know that there are recipes out there that maybe no one has discovered yet. I was thinking maybe there could be hidden items that could be crafted, which if offered to aliens could boost your alliance with them, like a decorative item. Also, maybe novelty items like flags could be added, which could be placed on planets to leave your mark. Just generally sort of little items like this, little secrets like this to add an even deeper sense of discovery and sort of leaving your mark in the game. Number 5 involves how you store items in No Man's Sky. What we know currently is that there are two ways to store items, one being in your suit and one being in your ship. However, if you die, then you can lose these items. My idea would be the possibility of uploading items, like how you upload discoveries, maybe something like a special beacon or a safe in a base where you can keep items, or maybe just keeping items in the Atlas. We know the Atlas stores discoveries, but maybe you could store items in the Atlas, so if you die, you could find a beacon and take some of the items you uploaded. This could take away a lot of the risk at later stages of the game, but it would also add a bit more sort of depth. If you're a good player, for example, if you were going to attack a space station, which was going to be particularly difficult, and you would be likely to die, you could stash some of your items away so you don't lose everything, and you could, easily rebuild yourself back to where you were. I don't mean just putting everything into your safe and then just trying to attack a ship over and over again, but maybe sort of keeping you can keep a small stash of items hidden away, so you could sort of choose which items you want to keep, and really, I don't know, you know what I mean? It would add a bit sort of like tactics to whether or not you should take the risk of fighting space station. If you're going to lose everything, then hardly anyone's going to do it, and I think it would just add another layer of depth to the game. Now keep in mind that most of these things won't be added, but it's mostly me giving my ideas about the game. We're in a late stage and the game's probably finished, but it's just putting some of my greatest ideas for the game into one video. A lot of my friends have discussed base building, which I personally would love, but this won't be in the game, and Sean Murray did say this in an interview. However, intelligent aliens in the game were said not to be included a few years ago, but now will play a big part, so we'll just have to wait and see. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to drop a like, it helps me out a lot. That's all for this one. I will see you guys next time. Peace.